that is a big night of football for today. Big night of football today. We are having the watch along of Atlanta and Inter Milan, as well as the likes of the Roji Blancos, Atletico Madrid against the likes of Barcelona. What a big clash that is going to be. It is Liverpool who has got those EFL Cup final defeats against the likes of Newcastle. The Magpies just got those upsets against the Reds. Arne Slot's man, the Reds, getting those back to back upsets. It is those exits which they have got against the likes of PSG and now against the Magpies, Newcastle getting those wins. It is after those 56 years Newcastle has got those wins. Oh my god. Newcastle has got the silverware after those 56 years and getting those wins against Liverpool. It is after those 17 fixtures where Newcastle has got those wins. Oh my goodness. It is that sad story of Liverpool, the Reds, back to back, those two matches, getting those exits of the Champions League, getting those taste of the EFL, but finally not getting that silverware. It is still, the headline is Arne Slot's man hasn't yet got the silverware this season. It was a big opportunity it was for Arne Slot. They haven't got it. Will they get the Premier League at the end? That will be the story. We will be having that. But for this stream, we have got the likes of Atlanta against Inter Milan. It is in the Serie A round 29, which is happening. And in the Serie A, to talk about that, look at that, look at that. It is the likes of Atlanta and Inter over here. If we take a look at that, it is the Serie A battle, which is going, just 7 minutes left into it to begin. Atlanta against Inter. Inter have claims to the first spot, equaling the points with Napoli, but Napoli are lacking in those goal differences, whereas Atlanta are 3 points behind the first and the second spot. Atlanta has got those exits from the Champions League that was in the round of 32 playoffs, and Napoli, will they play the next season in the Champions League under Antonio Conte? That will be the fact to watch. And Inter, who are already in the Champions League this season, will face Bayern Munich in the next round of 8. But what is that? The top 8 teams, Inter is there, but Atlanta getting those Champions League exits. Atlanta hasn't even got a win against Inter Milan. That is in the past fixture. It was in the January 3rd in the Super Cup. Inter defeated Atlanta by 2-0. It was in August 31, the previous season. The previous year, it was Inter getting 4-0 defeats to Atlanta. And Atlanta hasn't yet got those wins. To talk about the last win which Atlanta has got was way back, way back, way back. It was in 2018 when Atlanta has got their last win against Inter. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh my god. 15, 16, 17 matches. Atlanta hasn't been able to get those wins against Inter. And on the other side, this is the Serie A aspect. We will be having the watch. It is also the likes of Leverkusen and Stuttgart going on, and Leverkusen are getting those 2-0 defeat. Leverkusen are getting those 2-0 defeat against Stuttgart so far. It is 52nd minute of the watch in the Bundesliga, which is happening. It is all those disheartening moments. The big dogs are getting those upsets in their domestic league, and it is certainly causing that big upsets to be happening. My goodness, look at that. It is Stuttgart who is getting those upsets. Holy Christ. That is not what we were looking for in this game, but It is Demirovic and Voltemade who has scored for Stuttgart in this game, and Leverkusen are trailing by 2-0. That is the Bundesliga round 26, which is happening. And in the table of the Bundesliga, to talk about it, is the likes of Bayern who are at the top spot. But with this defeat, Bayern getting those draws in the fixture which we were having the watch along the previous night, Bayern got those ugly draws with Union Berlin, but this loss to Leverkusen will widen the points difference between first and the second spot of 9 points. That will be a big one. That will be a big one. As well as the likes of in the French League, PSG are going up against Marseille. PSG are at the top 65 points, way ahead, and Marseille are at the second spot, 49 points. But PSG has got those defeats to Liverpool. In the next fixtures, PSG has got the likes of Aston Villa. We're talking more precise in that. Will that be the thing which will be happening for them? Because PSG in their fixtures they have got the likes of Aston Villa upcoming, but before that, there is also the Coupe de France, there is the League One matches. PSG has got 3 to 4 fixtures more than coming to the Champions League. First fixture against Aston Villa at the Parc des Princes. So this is the game, but we will be watching the match of Atletico Madrid against the likes of Barcelona. Look at that. This is the decider one which is going to be happening. This is the decider one which is going to be happening because in the La Liga table, just look at it. Real Madrid getting those wins in the previous one. It was against the likes of Villarreal. Villarreal are at the fifth spot, but Villarreal were looking to cause some sorts of upsets to the Los Blancos, but Los Blancos just couldn't get that carried away. It is those winning moments, it is those muscle memory. Los Blancos are making it good at 60 points, but Barcelona still has 2 games in hand, are 3 points behind the likes of Los Blancos. What is that which is going to be happening in all of these matches? And apart from that, there is also the likes of Leicester City going on against the likes of Manchester United. And over here, Manchester United has scored one, and it is Ruud van Nistelrooy's Leicester City to be talking about against Ruben Amorim's men. Ruben Amorim's men in their fixtures have been looking decent, and against Real Sociedad, they had got that 4-1 thumping victory in the Europa League. And in the Europa League, to talk about the knockouts, United has made their front foot against the likes of Olympic Lyon, and they are in the top 8. Ruben Amorim's men are in the Europa Liga. They are making it good, but in the Premier League, to talk about, it hasn't been that story from Ruben Amorim's men. I mean, to be precise, it is half the season with Eric Ten Hag's men, and it is half the season with Ruben Amorim's men. In the Premier League table, it is Liverpool who are at the top, having 12 points ahead of Arsenal. Arsenal are choking it back. Today they got Arsenal got a win over Chelsea, but Liverpool today getting those bad moments in the AFL just couldn't get the touch of the silverware is not what we were looking for. Nottingham Forest are at the third spot, Chelsea at the fourth spot, and today Arsenal has beaten Chelsea. That was a big one. I mean, still 15 minutes to go. The game is about to begin. The likes of Atletico Madrid and the likes of Barcelona. The links are there, and yes, those of you who are watching this, give your votes on the chat section that who is going to get those wins. Let me put that poll over here. Start a poll. Who will win? Barcelona, Roger Blind Ross, or it is the likes of Atalanta. Let me put this poll on the chat section and pin it. Atlanta, or is it going to be Inter Milan? Yes, the voting section for the poll has been pinned on the chat, and those of you who are watching this, give your votes on the chat section that who is going to get those wins today. The poll is open over here on the chat. But the another aspiring fact for today's game is the lineups for both the matches we will be having a watch of. Look at that, the lineups are over here. What is that sound which is happening? Yes, the lineups for this game, look at that. It is Atlanta who is having this lineup. It is definitely Inter who will be making it big, but Atlanta win this lineup. Will they make that good? I mean, the likes of Lookman is back in the squad. Retegui is the man with their stats. Pasalic, Ederson, Zappacosta, De Roon, Valanova, Kolasinek, Hain, and Dimisti on the centre backs, and Canesi on the goalkeeping positions. Gasperini's man with this lineup, can they make that good? Because the injuries which they got is the likes of Quadrado, Post, Calvini, Castano, and Scamacca. The substitutions, Daniel Mandini is the player which we'll be looking for in terms of Atlanta to be happening, but will he be the man who will be making that take? But to talk from the likes of Inter Milan, look at that. Look at that from Inter. Inter are looking rock solid. They have got Jan Sommer back from those injuries. It is SRB, Pavard, and Bastoni, the three centre backs, will be staying there. Dumfries and Augusto will be those overlapping inverted backs. They will be playing it. Barella, Calhanoglu, and Mkhitaryan on the mid pitch. Martinez and Marcus Thuram is getting those stats this season for Simone Inzaghi, as well as in the substitutions they have got Korea, Notavik, and as well as Taremi. Bisek is that centre back who hasn't been picked in this. It is Pavard who has been chosen. Benjamin Pavard. This team will be facing Bayern, and that will be the watch to have that how Inter are going to perform that good, because after this it is the likes of Udinese, it is the likes of Milan, AC Milan, and it is the likes of Parma. These are the four fixtures which Inter is having, and after that they will face Bayern at the Alliance for the first leg. That is all about Inter so far, and definitely in this Inter are going to get those, because Atlanta has got those wins against Inter that was way back in 2018, November 11th in the Serie A. The first leg, Atlanta were playing at home, and that is what they got their win. That was the fact. And over into this game, it is also the likes of Atlanta who are having those. I mean, Gewiss Stadium at the home, they are playing against Inter. This is the home game for Atlanta, and Inter has traveled to Atlanta to play this. But the most happening thing which we'll be having is the likes of the Roger Blancos. Look at that. This is the La Liga game which we will be having the watch of. I mean, the previous fixture where the likes of Atletico Madrid and Barcelona faced each other, it was a 4-4, 8 goals thriller that was. It was in the Copa del Rey. Blancos and Barcelona, it was the likes of Atletico Madrid who traveled to Barcelona for that game. I mean, it was home for Barcelona, but Hansi Flick's men getting those 4 goals, but Diego Simeone's men getting those 4 goals as well. But in just the previous fixture, it is the likes of Atletico Madrid who has got those defeats against Real Madrid in the Champions League. And the next Copa del Rey is on the 3rd of April. In this month, there has been Big matches for Barcelona and Atletico Madrid. I mean, in not just 1 month, three matches they are playing against each other. Two of the Copa del Rey semifinals and one of the La Liga. This is the home for Atletico, and no denying the fact Diego Simeone with those penalty upsets which Julian Alvarez caused in the Champions League, that was something which wasn't much expected from Julian Alvarez to be having. But Julian Alvarez is showing his good picture on the watch, and with this lineup, look at that. It is that same lineup which he has got it again. It is that same lineup which Diego Simeone has got it again, because at the previous fixture it was the likes of Griezmann, Simeone, Lorente, Gimenez, Longlet, and Galan. But over here, look at this lineup. It is the availability of Renildo, Longlet, Lenormand. Gimenez has been dropped. That is a big one. Gimenez has been dropped. Lorente, he is the man on the right backs, but Longlet is the man. Renildo is there. It was in the previous picture where Javi Galan was put against Barcelona. Javi Galan was being manhandled by Yamal at times. Rafinha was the man getting those runs as well. It was Rafinha who was the man of the match in the previous game for Barcelona. He got those two assists. That was a big one. And Lewandowski coming in made those striking moments as well. Apart from that, Diego Simeone is going with the same squad which he was having, but it was on the goalkeeping positions. Musso, who was there in that previous leg, and Callagher was the man who was there on the left wing. So a total of three changes. It is the likes of Lino, it is the likes of Renildo, it is the likes of Lenormand and Oblak. Four changes for Diego Simeone's men in this fixture against the likes of Barcelona. And to talk about the injuries for Diogo Simeone, it is only the presence of Koke who is not available because of those injuries. Angel Correa, Lemma, Sorlot, the attacking aspects which will be coming on those late substitutions. And apart from that, Diogo Simeone is having all of his men available for those substitutions. But look at that, Hansi Flick and his company. My God, they have been rocking. Hansi Flick and his company have been rocking. It is Kunde, Kubasi, Martinez, and Balde on the centre backs. But in the previous fixture against Atletico Madrid, it was Balde, Martinez, Kubasi, and Kunde, the same set of centre backs which Hansi Flick has been using in the previous fixture against Atletico Madrid. This is the same they have been going for. In the mid pitch, it was Casado, Pedri, and Olmo, and it was in the previous leg where Pedri, De Jong, and Olmo were the men present, because Casado wasn't picked in the squad. Hansi Flick is too strict in giving those first lineup opportunities to his players, depending upon the performances of them on the training sessions. Hansi Flick is definitely one of those strict managers. And in the mid pitch, one change for Barcelona comparing that to the previous fixture. It was De Jong, Olmo, and Pedri, but over here it is the likes of Casado, Pedri, and Olmo. Olmo and Pedri are now making those prominent first starting lineup for Hansi Flick, but De Jong has been dropped, and over here it is Casado who has been brought in. In the attacks, it is Yamal, Lewandowski, and Rafinha. But in the previous leg, it was Rafinha. Ferran Torres was there on the center forwards, and Yamal was there. It was Lewandowski who came in onto the 68 minutes in the previous fixture against Barcelona, and he even got a goal into that. Hansi Flick is making those slight changes at times, but most of that is dependent because it is on the performances of the players that is happening in the training sessions. Hansi Flick is such a strict manager to be talking about, no denying the fact. And for the injuries of Barcelona in this game, It is the same usual Mark Bernal, Christensen, and Mark Tender Stegen. These are the three players. They have been on a long-term injury. Christensen is also back on those injuries. But will he be making that good? That will be the factor to watch. Will he be making that good? What is Hansi Flick and his man trying to cook out of this game? What is that they will be wanting to get it good? The game is about to begin. 4 minutes is left into it. Oh my god, look at that. On the other hand of the globe in the Bundesliga, it is the things which are making bet aligned. Look at that. It is now Leverkusen who has got those two goals, but it is Stuttgart now getting that 3-2 the score. Oh my god, it is Granit Xhaka who has got that own goal. Atlanta and Inter Milan in the timeline. The game has also kicked off. No goals has yet been scored. PSG and Inter Milan in the timeline to talk about them. The game has begun 12 minutes into it, but not a goal being scored. And Atlanta and Inter, it is 11 minutes, no goals yet being scored. But Roger Blancos and the likes of Barcelona, it is about to begin. Still 3 minutes left into this. It is still 3 minutes left into this game. What is that which is going to happen? Over here, it is the game where the Roger Blancos at the Metropolitano will be looking to roaring high. Will be looking to roaring high. No denying the fact they will be looking to roaring high in this game. And on the other hand, Manchester United and Leicester City one up. That is the score line. And those of you who are watching this, give your votes on the chat section for the poll that who is going to get the wins for today. Is it the likes of Atlanta, or is it the likes of Inter, or it is the likes of Atletico Madrid, or it is the Barcelona? Look at that. The Catalans, the supporters, are here at Madrid and they are counting in numbers. Barcelona fans has gathered and they are there counting in numbers. But the stadium is looking quite bit empty as well. The stadium is looking quite empty as well. But in the fixtures where Barcelona faced Atletico Madrid in the La Liga, it was in the December 22nd where Atletico has got, the Rojiblancos has got a win over Barcelona. Will that be the thing happening? Will that be the thing happening for the Rojiblancos? Because the last time, apart from that previous one where they got that win, it was in 2021, long time back. Atletico has got that win over Barcelona. But they got this, I mean, the previous year in the month of December in the La Liga, where they met it for the first time. That was at the home. They faced Barcelona at home and they got those wins. And this is the home for the Rojiblancos. Metropolitano, will they make that happen big? Hansi Flick and Diogo Simone both are hugging each other on the sidelines. Show of respect. Hansi Flick is such a humble man seen on the pitch. Hansi Flick is such a humble man seen on the pitch. The game is about to begin. anytime the game is about to begin. But the referee for this game, it is Ricardo de Burgos Bengotexia. Will he make those representations be quite critical? Will he make those referral decisions quite critical to be happening at times? That is also the watch to have. Diego Simeone, look at him. He might be still upset with that penalty miss which Julian Alvarez caused it. Whether that was a mistake or whether that was unintentional, but that is the thing which they got those exits from the Champions League. That is what they got those exits from the Champions League. Rafinha and Oblak. Bengoechea, the man has to be very critical about that. Yes, to talk about the lineups again, we just had a watch of that, and if you had a miss of that, let me put that on display once again. It is the away game for Barcelona. With that, this is the lineup for Barcelona in this game. Hansi Flick making those changes in it. It was in against the previous fixture which they were having, and there are particularly one change in the mid pitch. De Jong has been replaced by Casado, and Lewandowski is the man on the striking position. It was Ferran Torres who was there on the centre forwards in the previous fixture between these two teams. But from the likes of the Rogi Blancos, look at that. Atletico has made significant changes. It was the likes of Galan, it was the likes of Gallagher on the left part of the pitch, it was the likes of Jimenez, but Lee Normand is over here, and it was the likes of Musso who was on the goalkeeping position. But Jan Oblak is the man who is there for the Roger Blancos in this game. So yes, can Atletico get those upsets over Barcelona, or is it the likes of Hansi Flick's man cruising it big? What is that going to be? Because the previous fixture where they got it in the Copa del Rey, it was a 4-4 thrilling one. Kickoff has begun. 41 seconds on my watch. Basti is there. He passes that to Pedri. Pedri going long for Rafinha. Lewandowski. Good block that is. Lorente gets that interception good at the right time. The ball. Griezmann. Lorente again. Look at that move. Casado is staying high on the pitch. Hansi Flick's man have got those skills, they have got those speed, they have got those agilities. This season, they have been training good under Hansi Flick. Barcelona has been training good under Hansi Flick. This is looking quite evident in the playmaking which they are having. Look at their physical fitness. Look at their agility. It is Griezmann moving up. Alvarez has got that. Alvarez takes that frustrated shot. Was that Alvarez or was that Simeone? Oh my god, that was Simeone who took those frustrating shots. That was Simeone who took those frustrating shots from inside the box. That could have been a clinical pass or a finishing into that. Pedri gets that. Martinez, Kubasi, Kunde. Look at that. Lino and Renildo, both of them are staying a bit deep. They will be looking to stop the minimal at any cost. Petri mid-pitch passes that to Kunde. Ball in possession of Barcelona. They are going with that high centre back as well. Pina on the mid pitch passes to Pedri. Martinez. Pedri again. Pina moving high up. Lewandowski collects that ball. Passes to Pedri. Kunde. Much of the build-ups is looking for Barcelona. Kunde is high up. Lino trying to make those moves. Kunde was high, but that first touch from Lino just couldn't collect that ball so good. Diego Simeone's man might not have just been able to overcome that ugly upset which they got in the Champions League. It is Lamine Yamal getting to get past the likes of Renildo, but a good block. Yamal is down to the pitch. No cards yet being shown. No cards yet being shown. Renildo getting those tackles to Lamine Yamal. No cards shown. Kovac goes for that goalkeeping kick, trying to find Griezmann. Griezmann has been tackled bad by the likes of Pedri on the pitch. Pedri passes to Casado. Kunde. Kunde is playing those inverted right backs. He is staying high up on the pitch. Yamal passes back. Martinez. Rafina. Balde. Look at that new hairstyle which Balde is having on the pitch. Olmo. Rafina. Olmo is getting inside the box. Interception from Renildo. Good one. Look at that speed and look at that agility which Barcelona is having. Yamal is inside the box. He hits that. Just that touches the first post or not. Oh my god. That is a magical move. That is a magical move. That has been a warning. The first ultimatum which Barcelona has got to Atletico in just 5 minutes 15 seconds. They have penetrated inside the box of the Rojiblancos in just 5 minutes 15 seconds. It could have been that one goal, but Levin Imal not getting that finishing good enough. He wasn't clinical. The move was good, but he couldn't get that converted to a goal. Balde is having that weird haircut, trying to get a move into the box. Vasi Olmo at the Metropolitano. Do you think that it will be the same scoreline, 8 goals thriller? Will that be the same? Because in the previous fixture, it was in just 10 to 12 minutes, Atletico has got 2 goals. And in the latter 10 to 12 minutes, it was Barcelona getting those 2 equalizers. And in the first half, it was that third goal. I mean, a total of 5 goals were scored in the first half and 3 in the second half. Kunde is inside the box. Long led getting those interceptions good up against Yamal. You have to count those numbers, boys. If Atletico are looking to get it against Barcelona in this, they have to count the numbers good. They have to be man marking each man with those numbers counting. Casado, Kubasi, all of this gameplay is happening just on the edge of the box of the Rojiblancos. And this is the home Atletico is playing against Barcelona. At home, Atletico are just pressed deep into their box. At home, Atletico has been pressed deep into their box. Griezmann winning that against Yamal. Renildo making those moves. Oh my god. Was that a foul? Was that a foul? Do Renildo, Barranquilla, the referee on the pitch, is no, that isn't a foul. Anyways, Renildo doesn't have that speed to be overcoming it, no denying the fact. And yes, those of you who are watching this, give your votes on the chat section that who is going to get those wins. Is it the likes of Barcelona? Is it the likes of Atletico? Or it is the likes of Atlanta or Milan? What is that which is going to happen? Give your votes on the poll section. That who is going to get those wins? Is it like yes, video and audio quality is looking good over here. Lamine Yamal just got such a beautiful chance of black. Goes for Lorente. Lorente gets a scooping shot. Deflection from Balde. Hansi Flick is standing on the sidelines like the same way he used to stand there at the Alliance. He is looking that perfect hit man. Alvarez gets that to Renildo. Renildo will he get Lino. It is deep ball winning that on the mid part of the pitch. It is quite evident in this game in the first 10 minutes of the watch. It is the likes of Atletico. They are getting frustrated. I mean, those exits which they have got in the Champions League gameplay, which they are showing over here, is just quite evident that they are not trying to get into the box, and somehow with those counters and those shots, they are looking to find some goals out of it. 10 minutes are up. 10 minutes are up. I mean, unlike the previous fixture where two goals were scored in just first 10 minutes, that was in the Copa del Rey. That was Barcelona at home playing for their first leg of Copa del Rey. But in this, no goals yet being scored, but there was a big opportunity for Lamine Yamal to get a conversion. First, he gets Pedri, all day back to Martinez. Casado, look at that swiftness which Casado is having. Look at that swiftness. Lewandowski trying to get it into the box. Danilo being tackled by Yamal. The whistle has been blown. Valencia, the referee on the pitch, finally blows that refill. I mean, that whistle was just on the edge of the box. Otherwise, it would have been a bad mistake. Free kick for the Roger Blanco. Simone has got a header. Man marking, look at that. It is the likes of Kubasi. It is the likes of Martinez. They are man marking Alvarez. So good on the pitch, denying any sort of opportunities to be incoming. He is denying any sort of opportunities to be incoming. That is a handball from Posado, I guess. No. Both the teams are now playing relaxed. Barcelona are looking in a hurry to get those goals because Hansi Flick he won't be lying silent on the sidelines. Olmo gets that to Yamal. Basti. I mean, to talk about the stats of Lamine Yamal to be in this season only in the La Liga. Look at that. Yamal, 23 games he has played, 11 assists and 5 goals. That is what he is having. He is definitely that young kid into the block. He is also that threat to be happening in terms of scoring goals. It is not the maximum which Lamine Yamal has got. And on the other hand, to talk about Lewandowski, to be more precise about him, 25 matches he has played, 21 goals. It is Harry Kane in the Bundesliga getting those big goals. It is Premier League, Mohamed Salah getting those big goals. It is in the La Liga where Kylian Mbappe is getting those big goals, and all of them are in the Champions League. Big dogs are talking. Big dogs are really talking it big. Now getting that to Olmo. Look at that. Are changing it. Lewandowski with that header. Oh my god. Straight into the hands of Oblak. Look at that fluidity. Look at that. Hansi Flick is implementing that same thing he was doing at Bayern, that high press and those high attacking aspects. It is looking like Barcelona is playing that version 2 of Bayern under Hansi Flick. The same thing was happening over there. Martinez to Petri, Worley trying to get involved, the likes of Rafina on the pitch. I mean, that is what a good team does. Everywhere they are going for those aspects, not just being relaxed in those similar pattern of centre back things to be happening. But still, 15 minutes are up. No goals yet being scored. No goals yet being scored. And on the other hand, to talk about the likes of Leverkusen, oh my god, it is a draw. Leverkusen has finally got those 3 goals, and this game has just entered into those stoppage time. It is Leverkusen 3 and Stuttgart 3, the score lines over here. PSG and Martial to be talking. PSG has got those goals. It is Dembele who has scored. PSG are nevertheless going to be in the top in the League One. They are many points ahead of Marseille, who are at the second spot. And Atlanta and Inter Milan to be talking about that. It is still goalless for both the teams. Look at those things in the Serie A. The fans have been celebrating it, and some sort of gas bombs were inside the pitch. Color gas. Oh my god. And over here it is Atletico and Barcelona. Late Sunday night watch alongs and no goals yet being scored. It was the Bundesliga thriller where 6 goals have been scored. Apart from that, PSG getting just a single goal. Atlanta and Inter goalless. Blancos and Barcelona goalless. And Liverpool has got those bad EFL Cup final loss to the Magpies. Magpies getting it after those 56 years would have been this would have been a big statement. Eddie Howe has finally got that for the Magpies. Julian Alvarez, he is up against Casado. I think that is a corner. Look at that sliding tackle which Casado is making, and he just tracks back after that, falling on those sliding tackles and tracking back. Look at that swiftness, look at that speed. Casado is the man, he is talking good. It is a corner for Roger Blancos. Alvarez taking that so quick. Deep ball. Oh my god, this is the counter moment. Rafina is on the right wings. He has got Yamal. First touch wasn't that good. First touch from Rafina wasn't that good. That is what Ronaldo is the man doing on the left back. Alvarez is there. Oh my God, look at that. It is some moments where Atletico are making those counters, but it is Sezensi who is stopping that. Look at that. Sezensi wasn't seen, but he was there on the edge of the box. Sezensi was there staying on the edge of the box. Look at his reflex. He is staying there high. If you want to get a goal against the Barcelona, you have to be critical. Atletico has got that 4. That was the big upset which they got it. Olmo to Casado, back to Olmo, gets Pedri moving. Pedri has Balde, Casado again, Kunde, long late, good one that is. Lenormand, Lorente, Simeone, Lorente again, Griezmann, good build up looking happening. That is a good pass. It is Simeone high up. Renildo. Simeone just couldn't make that pass. It was a block. Martinez blocked it. Good. Barrios. Lorente again. Griezmann. Lorente is there onside. Oh my goodness. That was a big move. Look at that. This game is tactically both the teams are playing it to their best. That was a bad challenge from Martinez to the likes of Lorente inside the box. But the referee, oh my god, look at that. Samolino is having those moments. Samolino just made that moment. He was dribbling it like anything. Big moments are happening, guys. Big moments are happening. Just look at this game. It is looking like one of the best games which is happening. It is looking like one of those big games which is happening. The big dogs are having those big fights over here. Big dogs are having those big fight over here in this. It is Alvarez with that cross. His man header interception. Finally gets that for Lino. Lorente again. Lino is there in an open space. Will he take that shot? Yes, he went for. But that is something, a block which has happened. Simeone changes the wing, tries to get Alvarez. Alvarez to Simeone, get that goal, boy. Rogi Blancos, Atletico could have got that goal big enough. It could have been a big goal. It could have been a big goal. Simeone is again looking at the sidelines, just dropping on his knees in just of those all moments which is having. What a fantastic game this is happening. What a fantastic game this is looking. This is looking like a fantastic game which is happening on the pitch. No denying the fact this is really looking like a fantastic game on the pitch. Both the teams are playing it so good. And on the other hand, Leverkusen, oh my god, Leverkusen has finally got that win. Holy Christ. It was again Patrick Schick. Those clutch moments for Leverkusen are back again. Those clutch moments for Leverkusen are back again. It was Stuttgart just winning it by 2-0, but Frimpong, Hincap getting those two goals equalizers. Granit Xhaka, on the other hand, getting that own goal leading to Stuttgart. It was Stuttgart. Angelo Stiller also getting that own goal. Oh my god, that equalizer was handed over to Leverkusen. That is something bad happened in the Bundesliga. And finally, in the stoppage time, Patrick Schick winning that. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Look at that in the Bundesliga table. 6 points is the difference between Bayern and Leverkusen. Only 6 points. Leverkusen has got those exits from the Champions League against Bayern, but in the Bundesliga table, they have narrowed down that difference of 8 points. Now they are on a difference of 6 points. Leverkusen has made that. Leverkusen has made that again. And PSG and Marseille, 42 minutes onto the game. PSG 1, Marseille 0. Atlanta and Inter over here, 34 minutes, 41 minutes. It is no goal from both the sides. No goals has been scored. PSG and Marseille, yes, 42 minutes. Game. That is what the game is all looking over here at Metropolitano. Minimal gets Rafina. Rafina, what a shot. Rafina isn't he looking that in a good shape for today? I don't think that Rafina is looking in that good shape for today. 25 minutes are up. Not a single goal yet been scored. It is for Renildo. He is up against Kunde. Kunde gives that a sliding tackle. The referee has his hands inside the pocket. This is the first yellow card which has been shown. Valencia, the referee on the pitch, now has shown that first yellow card of this game. This is the first yellow card which has been issued, and it is Jules Kunde getting those sliding tackles. Bad one. That was a bad sliding tackle from Kunde. Alvarez with that free kick straight into the hands of Sezensi. Straight into the hands of Sezensi. Look at that from Volde. What is he doing? He is making those magical moves. Alvarez is showing his skills good. Alvarez is showing his skills good. He gets that to Lino on the edge of the box. Will Lino take that shot? No one is there on those deep laying positions to be coming in for those tracking opportunities. Finally, it has been passed back. Lorente gets that going good. Lino again. Simeone. Deep ball on the mid pitch. He is getting those interceptions good. Deep ball on the mid pitch is getting those interceptions too good. Valencia, the referee on the pitch, was totally mesmerized at what Alvarez is doing, but Alvarez took that opportunity good. Alvarez again winning that. He is up against three of the Catalans. Will he make that single handedly? No, he back passes that to Lino. Alvarez again goes for deep ball. Oh, Griezmann. My goodness, that is a missed pass. That is a missed pass. Lewandowski up against Lorente. Physically, Lewandowski is making those curtains. But in terms of speed, Lorente has overtaken Lewandowski in this. In terms of speed, Lorente has overtaken Lewandowski gold. Kunde Yamal again changes the wings. He goes for Rafina, Balde, Martinez. This is the thing. Yamal, I think that is a handball from Yamal. Ronaldo is definitely blocking Lamine Yamal so good. Ronaldo is blocking Lamine Yamal so good on the pitch. He is denying any sort of opportunities to be incoming. Barrios, has he caught those tackles? No, Lean or Matt getting that goal to Olmo, denying any spaces. Oh my god, what has that happened? What has that happened? Look at that. It is Jules Kunde who has got those tackles. Oh my goodness. I think Simeone is making those good acting classes to be happening. Atletico are looking just break the momentum of Barcelona with those tackles. And Simeone is doing that good. Guillermo Simeone is making those acting sessions good at Roger Blancos. Flags are raised, it was offside. Black taking his time to make those tackles, but Barcelona today on the centre back options are being exploited bad by the Roger Blancos. Alvarez again making those moves. He is into the box. Simeone again. He is showing his moves. Simeone is getting firing. Simeone is looking firing on the pitch. Simeone is looking firing on the pitch. Simeone is the man. He is looking firing on the pitch. He is doing those talking for the Roger Blancos. Griezmann with those corners. I mean, Yamal making those chases high up. Zeno Black getting those clearances. Look at that. As soon as Barcelona gets those centre back clearances, they switch those centre backs so high up. That is the German way of football they are playing. This is looking so good. Petri to Kunde again. Yamal. But in this game, none of that thing has happened with those crosses to be incoming from Barcelona. Barcelona is not going for those crosses from the likes of Bolde, neither from the likes of on the right backs, from the likes of Kunde or Bolde. They are not getting those crosses. Rather, they have been looking, finding those spaces on the mid pitch. 34 minutes on the watch. In the Bundesliga, Leverkusen again has got those clutch moments. It is those two own goals. Granit Xhaka gifted a goal to Stuttgart, and it was Angelo Stiller. Both of the defensive midfield players has contributed to opposition's own goal. And Patrick Schick getting in on the 95th minute. Again, those clutch moments from Leverkusen has started to happen again. PSG and Marseille 2 up half time. It is the likes of Atlanta and Inter in the halftime, not a goal yet being scored. And over here, it is 34 minutes. We are watching still goalless Atletico Madrid and Barcelona. After this first half, we will also end this stream because it is already 2 o'clock, so late at night. Valencia, the referee on the pitch, is he going to get those yellow card for that? Jules Koundé is already on a card. It was Renildo tackling against the likes of Yamal. Renildo is making those tackles to Lamine Yamal good. Renildo is blocking Lamine Yamal good on the pitch. That is the reason why Galan hasn't been picked. It was Galan who was exposed by Barcelona in the previous fixture, and it was also Los Blancos who exposed Galan with those passes from Valverde. It is to Balde, Pedri, but Pedri for this game hasn't been seen making those high run ups inside the box beside Lewandowski. That is the place where the Rojiblancos has to get their midfield player high up on the pitch to be causing. It is Alvarez chasing in against Kubarasi. Agency gets that goal to Martinez. And every time, just look at it. Whenever Barcelona is looking for those clearances, they are going on to the mid of the pitch. Neither they are going for those long passes, neither they are going for those short build-ups. Rather, they try to place the ball on the mid pitch. That is what Hansi Flick does. Watching Hansi Flick so many times, it gets too predictable that what he is doing. But it is that touch where he has to be getting that. Is Yamal, Kunde, Olmo building up. Yamal is on the wings. Leno has a fall on the pitch. Barrios is doing a good job as well. Barrios is doing a good job for the Roger Blancos as well. Lee Normand trying to get some sort of build up, but it is the likes of Lorente from his side. The creativity is not looking happening. That is the aspect from where the creativity is not looking happening. 38 minutes, no goals. But in the previous clash between these two teams, it was 5 goals which were scored. Total of 5 goals were scored. Oh, Ronaldo getting Griezmann. Lino on the run. He is learning to learn that good into the box. Neither for Simeone, neither for Alvarez. I mean, the lineup for this is looking so good. Look at that. And this was the lineup of Atlanta, but this is it. Atletico with this lineup have been really making it so good. Is Martinez tries to go for a cross for Lewandowski. Anyways, the flags were raised. The flags were raised 40 minutes, and it is Oblak who is going for that goal kick. Most of the build-ups for Barcelona has been looking from the left part of the pitch, but from the right part of the pitch, Renildo has been doing that job good and blocking Lamine Yamal. He has been doing that job of blocking Lamine Yamal. No denying the fact. It was in the FA, I mean EFL Cup, where the likes of Livramento was the player who was blocking Mo Salah, and it is over here the likes of, I mean, that man. It is, what is that? It is Ronaldo who is blocking Lamine Yamal so good. Both of them are just looking so ironical. Whereas the lineups of Barcelona, will they make that? This lineup of Barcelona, will they make that? Pedri on the mid pitch, hitting Martinez. That is the thing where Atletico has to make those counters to be happening. Barcelona just dropping down on their defensive aspect so fast. It is Simeone moving with that through ball from Griezmann. Alvarez, will he get past Agency? No, straight into the hands of Agency. 42 minutes on the watch so far. What about the other games? Leverkusen Stuttgart 4-3 win for the likes of Leverkusen, PSG, and Marseille halftime. That is 2 up. Atlanta and Inter, no goals. It is the likes of Alvarez. Look at him. He is staying on those positions where Kunde is making those moves, but Basti is not covering up those spaces. But it is Kubarsi who is making that challenge. It is Lino moving high up, but it is the numbers dropping down for Barcelona in their defense. It is looking so fast. It is looking, and they are having some sort of dope. Barcelona players are playing on the pitch with those speed, with those agility. speed which they're having, how come they have that much of speed all throughout the game? Because to talk about the stats of this, look at that. It is three shots which Barcelona has got, whereas three the Roger Blancos has got one on target by Hansi Flick's men, 67% possession, 300 passes, decent, but pass accuracy is 91%. 91% pass accuracy. That is what Barcelona is making it look happen big. They are having three shots on target, but the pass accuracy, look at it, it is 91%. It is quite evident that this team is regularly having those practices. Lewandowski inside the box, left footer. Is that going to be a goal? Lewandowski, my man, don't just even get that. Lewandowski just was inside the box. The flags were not raised, neither was he offside. I'm going to talk about Lewandowski in this season: 25 games, 21 goals, all in all for Barcelona, 134 games, 93 goals. Big stats talking for him, big stats talking for him. The same was in the likes of Bayern: 375 games, 344 goals. Alvarez getting that to Simone, make that shot. Oh my god, that is an epic goal. Alvarez gets that. I'm happy for that boy. I am happy for this boy, Julian Alvarez. I'm really happy for this boy, Julian Alvarez. Much to be praised of the likes of Griezmann, much to be praised of the likes of Simeone, but I'm really happy for this guy, Julian Alvarez, getting that goal. This was clinical. This was good. He missed that penalty with those double touch that was made by some mistake which he got on the pitch. But this goal from Alvarez, that is a big time. Sejensi is just dumbstruck. Sejensi is just dumbstruck. Look at that. It was Lino getting those header. Griezmann, look at that pass. And Simeone getting that too. Alvarez not taking those shots. Alvarez, that shot wasn't even that clinical. It was some sort of touch, not that good enough. That was some sort of, oh my god, he just puts his right foot behind the ball, and that was a shot. It was something big. It was something big. Pedri is looking saying like this because there is something which is missing. Alvarez is the man. He has shown. I am really proud of this man, Alvarez. And in the Champions League, the game against the Los Blancos, it is definitely Los Blancos won it, but Alvarez with those misses. I mean, I never expected that Alvarez will be getting those double touch or that in the penalties. It was a bad luck for him, but he has scored. Alvarez has scored. That man has scored. Really good one for him. Really good one for Alvarez. 45 minutes are up. 2 minutes off at a time. 2 minutes off at a time in the first half. And look at that. It is Julian Alvarez who has scored. It was in the first leg in the La Liga this season. The Rogi Blancos has got that win over the likes of Barcelona. That was some sort of, epic rivalry in that game because to talk about that game, not the one of the Copa del Rey, but the first leg of the the La Liga. It was Pedri getting it early on those 30th minutes. It was Deep Paul getting that on the 60th minute in the previous leg, but it was those late stoppage time where Sorloth has got those two goals. And Atletico Madrid made the most of their opportunities, whichever they got, because Barcelona took 19 shots in that game, 7 on target, 7 big chances, but only got one goal. Whereas Rogi Blancos in that got those 5 shots, four on target, two big chances, one missed, and two goals. That was all the stats of that previous fixture. I mean, the previous leg in the La Liga. But the previous game, I mean, the previous match where these two teams had collided, it was eight goals, five goals in the first half, and three goals in the second half from both the teams. That was in the Copa del Rey. My goodness. Julian Alvarez has scored. I am really happy for this man, Julian Alvarez. I am really happy for this man, Julian Alvarez, to be talking. No denying the fact he has got those double test penalties, but now after those exits from the Champions League, he gets that numbers counting from it. That is definitely good. That is definitely good. There is a break ongoing, and from the other side of the globe in the Bundesliga, Leverkusen 4, Stuttgart 3. Leverkusen getting those clutch moments, two own goals in this game, Stuttgart. Granit Xhaka getting that own goal, and Leverkusen getting Angelo Stiller own goal. PSG and Olympic Marseille, the second half has begun, 50th minute. PSG 2, Marseille 0. Dembele and Nuno Mendes has got door. The second half for Atlanta and Inter has also begun in this Serie A game, but no goals being scored. But we are over here for that Atletico and Barcelona. We'll also take a short break of 1 minute because I have been on the stream since, I mean, it is now 6 hours continuously. We are going for that. Yes, we have got those votes for Barcelona. They are going to get those wins, but boy, we have got a goal from Atletico Madrid over here. What is that going to be? And yes, those of you who are giving those votes, write your name on the chat section so that, I mean, at the end of this month, the different giveaways which will be going, we will be making that to be happening. This is the story of Roger Blancos and the likes of Barcelona so far in the first half. I will take just a 1 minute short break, 1 to 2 minutes, and I will be back because it has been now, it is running 6.5 hours back to back, two streams. I need just 1 minute break. I will be just back in 2 minutes. We will then discuss about the lineups and what all changes has to be made. But nothing needs to be changed. Both the teams are playing so good. Oh, good. Second half hasn't yet started. I am down with this. There is nothing left, no energy left in me to be talking. Oh my goodness, what is that which is going to be happening? I mean, to talk about the lineup, look at that. I mean, from the mid pitch, Oji Blancos, if we look at over this, look at that. It is from the mid pitch where the likes of Lino, Barrios, DePaul, bit struggling, and Barcelona from their mid pitch. It is Casado, Pedri, and Olmo. They are also struggling. Lewandowski is doing his job decent so far, not denying the fact. Just put this again back on the line. Yes, look at that. It is the mid pitch which is struggling for both the teams. Casado is struggling. Olmo is making those moves, but Olmo is not looking in the best of his form with the first touch which he is making on the pitch. Pedri is doing his job good. It is the lack of Casado on the mid pitch which is happening. Rafinha is also not having that move so far in this game. Lorente is blocking Rafinha good. Renildo, on the other hand, is blocking Yamal so good. Simone has got that assist. He has been performing good. Lino, on the other hand, is doing good. Jan Oblak, to talk about him, look at the stats of this game. Look at this. I mean, on the second minute, it was Simeone who got that shot. It was a bit of frustrations which he exaggerated from the previous match which they faced against Los Blancos. Getting those exits from the Champions League, it was quite evident that shot was an example of that. But on the fifth minute, Yamal took that. It, it should have been a goal scoring. Yamal just made that happen with those build-ups from Olmo and company. It could have been a goal scoring first goal Barcelona could have got, but Yamal just couldn't get that clinical enough to be on the finishing. 10th minute, De Paul far off from the box. Look at that. The shot was taken. It was a miss. Nowhere near the woodwork. Kunde on the 13th minute. That was a block shot, but way far off from the box. 14th minute, Lewandowski got it, but it was a save. It was a header, but not clinical, as well as not power in it to get past the likes of Oblak. Oblak saved it good. 22nd minutes, it is Lino. It is happening from both the sides. The attacks have been happening from both the sides. And after those 20th minute, look at that. It is 22nd minute to 44th minute. After those first 20 minutes of gameplay, which Barcelona were trying to dominate in the pitch, after those 20th minute to 42nd minute, nothing has been looking clinical. It was Lewandowski who got that 44th minute left footer. It hits the post. It could have been that second goal. But yes, that is what it is like. It is the lack of form. I mean, if you are 100% to your best and you are delivering those 80% and you are touching those posts, the minimal hitting that in just 5 minutes, not getting that into the nets. Lewandowski getting that not into the nets. Alvarez, this was the man who got that. I am really happy for Alvarez. This goal would have got those big boosts which Alvarez definitely needed because in the previous fixtures for the Atletico Madrid, they got those exits in those penalties and those double touch happened from Alvarez. Somehow it happened, and his goal, which he is getting, that is definitely going to give boost to him. That is definitely a good character to be seen upcoming the rest of the season. And that was all. That was all about it. Four shots which Barcelona has got, four shots which the Roger Blancos has got. But in terms of dominating, Barcelona has got 63% possession, Roger Blancos with 37%. Three big chances came for Barcelona, but nothing. They have missed those three big chances as well. That is what is undermining this long season. The form of the players, the injuries are getting those concerns. But in the previous picture, the changes which has been made to talk about that, look at this. It is Atletico Madrid who has got those changes into the squad from the previous meeting between these two teams. It is Lino and Renildo. But prior to this, the picture which they're having, it was Gallagher on the left mid pitch, and it was the likes of Javi Galan. But Lino and Renildo has replaced those positions. It is the likes of Jimenez who was there, but over here it is Lee Normand. And on the goalkeeping positions, it was Musso because Oblak wasn't present, but over here it is Oblak. So a total of four changes for Atletico, comparing that from the previous leg. I mean, from the previous picture, not the leg. And for Barcelona, it is the likes of De Jong was there, but Casado has been brought in for this. And Lewandowski wasn't there. It was the likes of Ferran Torres who was there in the starting lineups. At Riyadh Metropolitano, that is the story which is happening so far. Catalans are now trailing back 1-0, and in the previous leg of the La Liga, where these two teams has met, it was the likes of Atletico 2, Barcelona 1. That was a late stoppage time goal from the likes of Sorloth. Will that be happening for today as well or not? That is the big worry to be seen. That is the big worry to be seen for Hansi Flick. First leg, they has got those defeats. The second leg, also, they are trailing by one goal and missing three big chances from the pitch into the nets to be happening. What is that which is going to be going? It is that halftime moment which is still ongoing. It is that halftime moment which is still ongoing. We have got those votes on Barcelona winning this, but they are trailing by one goal. That is what is happening. Will there be any changes made in the team? I don't think so that it will be made. The second half has just begun. The second half has just begun over here. Oh my god, look at that. No changes being made. No changes being made in the starting lineup from both Hansi Flick as well as Gewiss Stadium. No changes being made. That was the most predictable thing which we could have just hoped. The same lineup is there. It is the same lineup which is staying for the likes of Roger Blancos and the same lineup which is going to be staying for Barcelona as well. Pedri says that Suarez was looking for some sort of interceptions, but straight to Kunde, Kubarsi, Pedri again. Look at that. It is the same lineup which both Hansi Flick and Simeone has got into this. Look at that. Kubasi tried to pass that so clinical into those midfield passes. Most of the times, Barcelona is seen attacking on those center part of the pitch, but none of them are going for those crosses which has to be made from the wings. Blancos trying to press it high up on the pitch. Kunde passes that to Yamal. Back to Kunde. Olmo, will he pass that? Olmo and Casado have been doing it decent but not getting those clinical moments. Petri this time finds Olmo. A block that is from Lorente, so good. Griezmann, interception to that. He go for those clearances. Oh my god, Balde has caused that tackle bad, but the referee Valencia just asked that game to continue. The minimal edge of the box. He is looking for firing or not. No, passes that to Kubasi, Pedri, Balde. The ball interception. Kubasi again goes for Kunde. Look at those passes. Look at those passes. Casado and Pedri are staying deep down. Casado and Pedri. It is Lamine Yamal again with that shot miss. That was a shot from Lamine Yamal, but it is a miss. It is a miss again. It was again a big opportunity. Lamine Yamal just got it into the edge of the box. Was he went for that first post event. He went for that first post event. Jano Black was there. He got those jumps as well. But no, Lamine Yamal has been not denied, but he is himself not getting those clinical finishings. That is what is underlying. Balde trying to chase in high up. Ball is out for a goal kick. The ball is out for a goal kick. I mean, Lamine Yamal has got few chances, but numbers are not talking for him. He has got 5 goals and 11 or 12 assists. That is what the stats are looking. His likes of Alvarez moving high up on the pitch. Will he get that second goal? No block from that is Kunde getting that. Alvarez could have kept that ball in his position. I'm really looking so good of that man Alvarez. Flags were not raised. But look at that. The rest of the Rossi Blancos were not even running back to get those positions high up. It is Roger Blancos with that cross. Oh my god, I think Sezensi has got a touch to it. No, that is a goal kick. That was deflection from the post. Look at that corner which Alvarez took. Man, Sezensi just narrowly escapes that as the ball hits the top post. There's Jamal again up against Lino. He gets a cut in. He is getting it good, but he is getting predictable, boy. He is getting predictable. Lee Normat finally getting those interceptions. Renildo getting those clearances. Simeone, look at that. Simeone is making it bold. Simeone, Junior Simeone is making those tackles looking so good. I mean, if this remains the story for this up to those stoppage time, oh my god, just talking about it. And a pass was made by Rafina to Lewandowski inside the box, but Lewandowski just couldn't get those touches into it. I mean, if this remains the story of this match up to those stoppage time, the score line of 1-0, if it remains like that, then it will be the likes of Real Madrid still staying 1 point ahead of Atletico and 3 points ahead of Barcelona. But Barcelona still has a game in hand. The fight of the top three contenders, the big dogs, are fighting it big. And look at the La Liga table. Real Madrid 60 points, 32 is the goal difference, 5 more from Atletico, but Barcelona 45 is the goal difference. Huge, they have got scored 71 goals as Los Blancos scoring 59, 18 wins. Barcelona also has 18, but 2 more losses. 6 losses Barcelona has got, but Atletico has only got 3 losses. Atletico is the team in the La Liga who has got the least losses, as well as in terms of conceding goals, it is 18 goals which Atletico has considered. Atletico on their defensive aspects in the La Liga as well as in terms of losses is on the lowest. The ball gets that good. Lee Norman getting to Renildo. Barrios. Barrios goes for the wings. That is Griezmann. Will he take that? No. Denied. Man, that was a big opportunity. That could have been a big opportunity to be incoming. No substitutions yet being made. 55 minutes on the watch. Neither the likes of Hansi Flick nor the likes of Simeone are going for those substitutions. Rafinha again, Lewandowski, Olmo, Yamal this time. My goodness. Barcelona are trying everything, but inside the box on their final thirds, they are not getting that. Neither in the finishings, they are looking making it happen. Everything good. Lee Normand is the man talking. Lee Normand is the man. He is talking. He is making those moves good on the centre back aspect. And on the other hand, Leverkusen has won it 4-3. We had a talk of that. PSG 3-1, 77 minutes. The top two teams of the League One, which is having PSG 3, Marseille 1. And 77 minutes. Inter has got that one goal. The only surviving team from Serie A in the Champions League, Inter, has got that one goal against Atlanta. But over here, watching that, Barcelona and Atletico so far, is Kunde now trying to get in into the box. The thing which is looking more into this, look at that. It is Atletico on the second spot, losing only 3 games. They have got 8 draws and 17 wins, one less than Real Madrid. In terms of conceding goals, only 18 goals they have conceded. This is the least, I think, in the Serie A is there. I think just look at that in the Serie A to talking about that. It is the least goals which has been conceded is, oh my god, Napoli is the one with those least 23 goals they have conceded. And in the Bundesliga to talk about this, look at that. In terms of goals conceding, it is Bayern with 24. So yes, across the top leagues, PSG has considered 25 goals, and in the Serie A, it is the likes of Napoli who has considered the least 23 goals. But in the La Liga and across the top five leagues, if we get a comparison of that, it is Atletico who has got the least goals, 18 they have considered. That is a big stat Simeone is having. Kunde just has a step over onto the legs of Renildo. Now Keller is the man coming on to the pitch. Lino has been substituted. Substitutions has is looking incoming. Substitution is now looking incoming. 59 minutes on the watch. Julian Alvarez is out of the pitch. Oh my god, Sorloth has come in. Alvarez has been dropped. The man who scored the sole goal for the Roger Blancos has been dropped. Junior Simone is still staying on the pitch, but Alvarez has been dropped. Look at that. Alvarez is out. Sorloth is in. Samuel Lino is out. Gallagher is in. Simone is too deceptive. Simone is too deceptive. Simeone is too deceptive in the substitutions as well as in those lineups which he makes at times. Martinez passing that to Rafinha. Barsi, 60 minutes are up. Just 30 minutes left into it. Lamine Yamal showing his skills on the edge of the box. Renildo this time gets the clearance. It is Barcelona who are now working their way high up to get those equalizers. And on the other hand, it is Simeone who has got the substitutions, bringing in Sorloth so early. Still, he has got the likes of Korea to be incoming onto the pitch. I mean, that man, Angel Korea, to talk about him. Riquelme is there, Molina, Jimenez, Javi Galan, Aspilicueta, Witzel. Most of the substitutions are only the thing which they are lacking is the presence of Koke on the mid pitch. Whereas Hansi Flick hasn't yet gone for those substitutions. Martinez again trying to get, oh my god, that is a deflection. Corner incoming, that is. Petty going to take that. Will that be a lofted one like Alvarez? Paul Kelleher, Ronaldo getting those good ones. Barrios, interception is good. Gets Sorloth back to Barrios. Kelleher again. But the presence of removing Alvarez so early, I mean, Sorloth, will he make those runs to be happening on the pitch? It is those intimidating substitutions which Simeone has made it because he wants Ancelotti now, I mean, the likes of Hansi Flick now to go on for those substitutions. Jamal chip in to Lewandowski. Lee Norman denies that. Sorloth, deep ball, up high against Jamal, winning that. Passes to Simeone. Simeone is getting those runs high up against Balde. Simeone is getting those runs high up against Balde, but that challenge from Balde to Simeone, Simeone is showing that strength on the pitch. Simeone is showing that strength on the pitch, and Balde has received that yellow card. That was a bad tackle from Balde. That was a bad tackle from Balde. Balde has that bad tackle. A deep cross that is. De Paul taking that for Sorloth inside the box. Will he get that goal? Deflection, deflection, boy, deflection. 65 minutes on the watch. Simeone is down on the pitch. And I think it is the likes of Martinez getting some sort of header collision with Simeone. My goodness. Big one, big one, big one. How is that going to unfold? 65 minutes so far. And yes, those of you who are watching this, Give your votes on the chat section that who is going to get those wins. Give your polls on the chat section who is going to get those wins. Oh my god, such Barcelona are taking those corner kicks so early, trying to just get a goal somehow. My goodness. Passes are happening from Barcelona, but in this away leg, Barcelona with those crosses are really lacking it. Barcelona with those crosses are really lacking it bad. Casado is off. Casado is off. Substitutions Hansi Flick has made. Substitutions has been made. Dani Olmo is also out. Ferran Torres is in. Estella now going to Griezmann. Griezmann getting those cross, but deflection from Kunde, and that is the corner incoming. Roger Blancos are now boasting of that corner incoming. Look at that. Longlet is playing those good stunts over here. And the substitutions which has been made. Casado is out. Garcia is in. Dani Olmo is out. Ferran Torres is in. If this story of the Roger Blancos getting that one goal lead stays up to those 90 minutes and stoppage time, it will be the likes of Real Madrid getting to those 60 points, Atletico on the second spot 59, Barcelona 57, 2 points behind Atletico and 3 points behind the likes of Real Madrid. But still a game in hand. That is what is the story will be if the score line stays like this. Simeone is giving his best. Look at that. Simeone is making those runs on the pitch. My goodness, Simeone just had the run moving from the mid pitch to the opposition's goalkeeping positions, and he is back down on the edge of his own box, making those tackles. Oh my God, Inalmo Simeone is giving his best for today. Randores, Pedri, nice pass that is. Garcia, miss pass. Renildo trying to get Griezmann. Griezmann has got it. Sorloth is there. Deep ball. Gallagher getting those interceptions. Griezmann getting it. Gallagher is high up. Make those passes to Sorloth. He is there, boy. Make those shots. Sorloth, will he get it? Oh my God. It is the same way where Atletico has got that. The same way it is the likes of Julian Alvarez getting that goal in the first half, and now it is the second goal. It is that second goal which has happened. The referee is going for some sort of VR or what? Look at that. The ball was that a handball to that? Gallagher was not offside, And that one to Sorloth. Sorloth was even that offside. It was Martinez who was not maintaining that centre back lineup, offside trap. Varsi was bit low in making those runs. If only thing that would have been some sort of interruption is that the handball, which has been, I mean, some sort of deep ball, which will be checked or not. Oh my God, that goal stands. That goal stands. La Liga at its best. La Liga at its best. Oh my God. 70 minutes are up 2-0. It is the likes of Roger Blancos 2 and it is the likes of Barcelona 0. Martinez is not happy with the referral decisions. Oh my God. That goal stands. It is Roger Blancos 2 and Barcelona 0. Kunde getting that. Martinez this time. Griezmann making those tackles. My God. Lewandowski. Oh my God. Lewandowski. That was magic. Lewandowski. That was magic. Lewandowski has magic inside the box. Lewandowski, that is a magic inside the box. Oh my God. Look at that. Martinez made that chip in. That was some sort of a deceptive pass. Lewandowski getting it on his chest and that turnaround and shot. Oh my God. Lewandowski just made that some sort of one goal. It is looking as if Barcelona within 5 minutes can get 5 or 6 goals the way they have played. The goal which they got from the likes of Lewandowski. Oh my God. That was something big. That was something big. Where is that goal? Which why is it not showing on the timeline? Yes, that is what. Oh my God. Look at the way how Lewandowski got it. It was Martinez who just gifted that lofted one onto the chest of Lewandowski and Lewandowski receiving it on his chest and turning it. I mean, this goal was like the likes of Richarlison from Brazil who got that in the World Cup. This is the way where Richarlison from Brazil in the past 2 to 3 years, if you get that, it is the same way which he got. And prior to that, it was Cristiano Ronaldo who got such type of goals. My God. Robert Lewandowski with that goal. After that, he was looking a bit agitated because Barcelona has been, I mean, Atletico Madrid has been awarded that second goal, which Barcelona wasn't looking happy. That was the outburst of that frustration. Hansi Flick is making this team ready that with the outburst of their frustration, they will get a goal. Oh my God. Lethal Barcelona at its best. Gallagher tracking back, finds Danilo. What is that which is happening? Lorente gets that. Deep ball. Lorente is high up. Make that pass to Griezmann, guys. Make that pass. Sorloth again. Sorloth was there. It was a big opportunity. Sorloth could have passed that. Sorloth could have just passed that. It was a big opportunity with that high centre back lineup. Atletico are making those exposed lineups of Barcelona at times. Roger Blancos passing the ball back to Oblak. Oblak with those clearances, points, Griezmann, predictable on the pitch, boys. Lorente, deep ball. It is Kunde again. Lamine Yamal gets that straight into the hands of Oblak. Lamine Yamal and Rafina, both of them has been lacking. For today's game to be talking about, it is the lack of form from Lamine Yamal and the likes of Rafina. No denying the fact those two players, Rafina and Lamine Yamal, has been lacking in this game. But still, Hansi Flick, 76 minutes on the watch, not getting those substitutions we're talking. Whew. The previous fixture, which ended, the first leg, it ended 2-1, 3 goals. And in the Copa del Rey, the first leg, it ended 8. 8 plus 11 goals. And in this, it is 3. 14 goals in the past 3 matches in between these two teams. Oh my god. 2 wins, that is still now standing for Atletico, and one for Barcelona. One draw for Barcelona, not a win. Still, the second leg of the Copa del Rey is waiting on the April. Oh my god, look at that goal! Look at that goal! From nowhere, it was that second goal which Atletico got in 70th minute, and in just 7 minutes, Barcelona getting those equalizers. Oh my god! Oh my god! Is this a game I'm watching, or is it the likes of a PlayStation game which is happening on the pitch? Look at that. It was to Kunde. Kunde back pass that to Refina. Refina with that. Oh my god. Refina was not looking making those moves, and suddenly he made that to Torres. Ferran Torres getting those headers, but man, Jano Black would have saved that, but was that too fast for him to get a touch to it? Oh my god, a fine touch, fine touch in 7 minutes, the equalizer something from Hansi Flick's man. Oh my god. Scary, scary. Barcelona is looking scary, boys. Barcelona is looking scary on the pitch. They are looking damn scary. Atletico got their second goal on the 70th minute, and in just 7 minutes, Barcelona has got those two back-to-back goals. Lewandowski's stunning goal, and again now it is Ferran Torres with the assist of Rafinha's stunning goal. Oh my god! It is Sorloth who has made that. Will he make that happen? What a bad miss from Sorloth. Sorloth has a bad miss. Sorloth has a bad miss. It is those two stunning goals. Anyway, Sorloth was offside. Sorloth was anyway offside to that. It is those two goals which Barcelona has got, and it is those moments which is now taking the toll of the nerves as well as those legs of the Rojiblancos. No denying the fact it is those two stunning goals which Barcelona has got. That is what is really making Atletico, and Sorloth makes that. It might have been the reason behind that. Two stunning goals, Barcelona with those equalizers out of nowhere. Oh my god. Changes. Simeone is making that again, a header that is incoming. Oh my god. Look at that curl to the ball. Look at that curl. The ball is drifting away so wide. The ball is drifting, a magical drift on that shot. Look at that. Martinez, being a centre back, gives that pass so good, and Lewandowski receiving it so fast on his chest, moving it high up and gets that goal. My God, two stunning goals. Barcelona has got two stunning goals in this. Pedri now passing that, trying to find Fina. Block that is from Lorente. Simeone going for changes. De Paul is out. Molina is in. Junior Simeone is out. Jimenez is in. Centre back reinforcements bringing in from the likes of Simeone on the pitch. Pina again trying to find Ferran Torres. Rafina is looking like some sort of ninja assassin warriors on the pitch. Look at those haircuts which he's having. Look at those black gloves which he is wearing. And getting two goals against Barcelona, and they are just making fun of that two goals. It's just getting those comebacks in 7 minutes. Oh my God. Lethal, lethal. Hansi Flick has shaped his Barcelona. Lethal. Looking quite dangerous. Torres again to Pedri, trying to get it into the box. But to talk about Diogo Simeone's man, Barcelona are really playing it good. But inside the box, Diogo Simeone's man on the centre back options are not staying that alert to be happening. It's again some sort of runs being made. Oof, damn. It was 4-4 the previous fixture, now it is 2-2. What is that happening? Griezmann winning that big win set to Callagher, miss pass. Renildo saves that goal. Barrios trying to change the wings. Whom is he going to pass? Whom is he going to pass? Simeone is again looking frustrated on the sidelines. Simeone is again looking frustrated on the sidelines. And if this is going to be a draw, then the aspect of the La Liga table, it will be Real Madrid at top 60. Barcelona will be at second 58, 2 points behind. Atletico will be there on third 57, 3 points behind. Barcelona still has a game to play, still has a game in hand. My goodness. It is Balde going in. Torres, Jano Black. This time, Jano Black was quite aware. Those two goals which he has considered, Jano Black. I mean, if he was sleeping, now his eyes are wide open. He is now looking alert. Salah gives that to Renildo. Renildo gets a block that is from Garcia on the pitch. Salah back to Jimenez. Martinez, look at those passes which Martinez is making, left footer crosses. Martinez looking so lethal onto that. Lamine Yamal is still staying on the pitch. The substitutions which has been made, Molina coming in those 79 minutes. It was the likes of Dupont moving out, Simeone coming in, Gimenez, Simeone moving out, Gimenez coming in. Sorloth was the man, Sorloth got opportunities, but he missed. And the same is the story for Lemini Yamal. Lemini Yamal has been getting those touches, but not getting those goals. Now it is Griezmann who is out and Riquelme, the man, coming onto the pitch. Riquelme is coming on after a long time. Riquelme is coming onto the pitch after a long time. Substitutions which are being made. Simeone going in for the substitutions, but Correa is the man not being called onto the pitch so far. Angel Correa hasn't yet been brought into those substitutions. 86 minutes, 20 seconds on the watch. When is Simeone going to bring Correa on the pitch? Oh my God, Lewandowski. What are you doing, Lewandowski? You are looking like that back in form where you was at Bayern. Look at that, the turns which he is making. Lenormand trying to get some sort of build-ups. Block that is Sorloth finally getting that. Sorloth is looking half sleeping on the pitch. Alexander Sorloth, to be talking about him, he is looking half sleeping on the pitch. Rafina up against Ronaldo. Garcia passes that to Pedri. Look at that playmaking which is happening on the pitch. Look at that playmaking which is happening on the pitch. Gerard Martin, Garcia, the two substitutions which has come in have been making it good. It is now Riquelme trying to move in. He has got Gallagher. He has got Sorloth. But that magical thing which was happening between Alvarez, Simeone, and Griezmann is not seen from the likes of Riquelme, Sorloth, and Gallagher so far on the pitch. Oof. The way Barcelona got those two goals in just 7 minutes, for those 70th minute, I thought that they are going to go again for those 4 or 5 goals. But now it is 15 minutes past that last goal. Not a single goal has been scored. Lorente interceptions, that is. That is what I am talking about. Martin is the man. Petri on the mid pitch trying to find something. Jimenez gets that interception good. Riquelme trying to make some sort of runs, but that is a tackle. Fina and Nimal are still playing. No substitutions for them. Free kick for the Atletico Madrid. Roger Blancos moving in high up. Renildo on the wings. Passes back to Gallagher. Riquelme. Riquelme has won that. He is moving high up. Will he make those shots? Sorloth. Sorloth, look high up, boy. Look high up. Sorloth, whenever he is having that ball with him, he is not looking high up. Look at that. The previous leg went on to a win for the Roger Blancos, and over here they were winning by 2-0 up to those 70th minutes, but 7 minutes, two heart throbbing, two razor sharp goals, which has equalized the score. 90 minutes are up, 6 minutes left into this. How is this stoppage time? 6 minutes. Barcelona got two goals in 7 minutes, and it is now 6 minutes of stoppage time. Will they get more goals? Or is it the likes of Roger Blancos getting that? Martin gets that good. Yamal, Rafina, back to Yamal, Pedri. My God, look at that. Look at that. Gerard Martin is making those runs. Oh my God, that is a big goal. Hansi Flick's man has got their third goal. My goodness, how can you expect that? How can you expect that? It is those agony, it is those worries again. Simeone's man looking in agony again. It's Barcelona who is winning this. Oh my goodness. It is those upset moments again for Diogo Simeone, and it is Lamine Yamal now who has got that. He missed those first 5th minute goal. He missed few opportunities, but now he has got that goal. There was some sort of deflection, I guess. Let me check that. Yes, the goal has happened, but I think there was some sort of deflection into that. Petri gave that good. Yamal, look at that. Chano Black, he was slipping. Oh my god, that was deflection. That was deflection from Renildo. Renildo was the man who was stopping Lamine Yamal, and this time Lamine Yamal took that shot, and there was a deflection from Ronaldo, and look at that celebrations from Hansi Flick. Hansi Flick is just enjoying like a baby on the sidelines. Look at that. Hansi Flick is just enjoying like a baby on the sidelines. Oh my god. This two goals which happened on the 7 minutes, it was something big. And over here, in 6 minutes, we were just predicting that whether Barcelona are going to get two more goals, but in just 3 minutes, I mean, to be precise, 2 minutes, few seconds, they have got one goal. My God. Barcelona is looking too lethal, guys. Too lethal. You can't deny that. They are looking so lethal on the pitch. 94. 4 minutes are up. 2 minutes left into that. But I don't find that why the likes of Angel Korea, the substitutions which would have been opted, but he didn't went for that. Pedri is out, now Javi is in. Inside the box, Callagher goes. That is a corner incoming for the Roger Blancos. I think this will end the game. 95 minutes on the watch. Riquelme is going to take that. My God, this will be a big victory. Barcelona getting that. It was the previous leg where the scoreline was 2-1. Now here it is 3-2 in favor of Barcelona. Previous leg, 3 points taken by Atletico, and over here 3 points by Barcelona. The referee has blown the whistle. Oh no. Oh my god, Rafina is down on the pitch. Hope he is not getting those injuries. Hope Refina is not getting those injuries to be talking about. Look at that. Dano Black wasn't that prepared to get that deflection, but goal has been scored. My God, who could have just hoped that Barcelona are doing it and getting those good moments out of nowhere suddenly and getting those three goals? Atletico now are looking, hunting, searching for a goal. 6 minutes of the stoppage time is up. 6 minutes of the stoppage time is up. With that tackle to Lewandowski. Hope Lewandowski doesn't get those big injuries. Atletico has committed 7 fouls. Barcelona has committed 3 fouls. Oh, since he takes that, ball is off for a throw. Still, the game is continuing. Oh my god. Ferran Torres this time. Oh my god. Fourth goal. We were saying it. We were saying it. Barcelona got their first 2 goals in just 7 minutes, and 6 minutes. We were knowing it that 2 more goals are going to be happening. I knew that. I knew that, boys. I knew that. I knew that. Barcelona got 7 minutes, 70th minute to 77 minutes, they got 2 goals, and now in those stoppage times, 6 minutes, they have got 2 more goals. That is 4-2. That is a clean win for Atletico again. Man, Atletico again, they are under so much of pain, they are under so much of agony getting those exits from the Champions League. And over here, if you look at the whole game, Atletico played so good, but the number of goals is what matters in the end. It is the number of goals which matters in the end. Oh my goodness. 4-2 is the score line. Can you believe this? 2 goals in 7 minutes for those equalizers, and in the stoppage time, 6 minutes, 2 goals. Ferran Torres has scored, Lamine has scored. The referee has blown the whistle. Oh my God, Barcelona looking lethal and making more deadly moves. It was the previous leg where the likes of, Roger Blanc was getting those 2-1 victories, but in the Copa del Rey, it was 4 each for Atletico and Barcelona. And again, it is Barcelona scoring 4. Man, that I can't take that. This is too much. Hansi Flick is making these things looking like anything. I can't take that. That is all from my side, guys. And to talk about the matches which we will be having was that of Leverkusen getting those 4 goals to Stuttgart. Look at that. It is Leverkusen 4, Stuttgart 3. Leverkusen getting those comeback goals. It is PSG 3, Marseille 1. They won the score line. The first 2 teams of the Serie A playing that. Atlanta and Inter. Inter has got those 2 goals against Atlanta. It is Barcelona 4 and Atletico Madrid 2. And over here it is Newcastle 2, Liverpool 1. That is the end of the story for today. And I am all dead. I want a good sleep for today. That is all the end from my side. And yes, it is in the end the goals which matters is you have to keep going. And so we always say keep going, guys, keep going. Don't lose those goaling options from your those don't lose those goaling aspects from the pitch. That is what is definitely required. So yes, good night, and yes, keep goaling. Bye bye. Big wins. Liverpool getting those disheartening moments. PSG getting those wins. Leverkusen getting those comebacks. Barcelona getting those comebacks. Oh my god. I'm all dead. I'm all dead. Bye bye, guys. Good night.